Every man at some point in his life has wondered whether he measures up, not just in size, but in strength, in desirability, in confidence. It's a question deeply rooted in the male psyche, one that quietly lingers behind closed doors, in locker rooms, and in moments of intimacy. Society has fed this belief that size defines masculinity, that your worth as a man is somehow tied to the inches between your legs. But here's the truth that few ever tell you. Confidence begins in your mind long before it ever shows in your body. When you truly understand who you are and embrace what makes you powerful, everything about you, including your physical being, begins to respond to that energy. The first thing you must understand is that your confidence is not a reflection of comparison. It's a reflection of understanding. When you start comparing yourself to others, you immediately hand over your power. You start believing that you are less because you don't match a certain number or image. But when you shift your focus inward, to how you feel, how you carry yourself, how you move and speak, you begin to redefine your sense of masculinity. That's when you stop chasing validation and start radiating assurance. Confidence is the most magnetic form of attraction. Think about it. Women are not drawn to size alone. They are drawn to energy. They feel your presence before they ever see your body. They sense your calm dominance, your self-assurance, your silent authority. When you walk into a room and your posture speaks strength, when your voice holds steadiness, when your energy says, "I know who I am," you become unforgettable. And that's something no number can compete with. Understanding this psychology doesn't mean ignoring your desire to improve physically. It means starting from a place of respect, not insecurity. Because when you chase improvement out of self-hate, you sabotage yourself. But when you seek it out of self-love, when you want to enhance what you already value, your journey becomes powerful. Every exercise, every habit, every step feels purposeful instead of desperate. You're not trying to prove something to anyone. You're trying to grow for yourself. It's also important to realize that confidence is built through daily habits that affirm your worth. The way you look at yourself in the mirror, the words you say to yourself before you sleep, the posture you maintain when you walk, all of these shape your psychological presence. When you stand tall, shoulders back, eyes forward, your body starts to believe what your mind is saying. You begin to embody confidence physically, and that embodiment reinforces itself. Over time, this becomes your new default. You stop thinking small and start living big. A man who understands his power doesn't seek external validation. He knows that his body is capable of change, growth, and transformation. He recognizes that his mind is his greatest muscle. You can have the perfect body, but if your mindset is weak, your energy will still feel small. On the other hand, even if your physical form is not yet where you want it to be, if your mindset is solid, you radiate confidence that commands respect. That's the difference between a man who chases approval and a man who creates presence. When you look at your journey to natural growth, understand that it starts with acceptance. You cannot grow something you resent. You cannot heal something you hate. You can only transform what you respect. When you look at your body with appreciation, not criticism, you begin to unlock its potential. You start treating it better, feeding it better, exercising it better. You stop punishing it and start partnering with it. That's when real transformation happens. Confidence also grows through mastery. The more you learn about your body, your health, your energy, the more power you gain. Knowledge is confidence. When you understand how blood flow, hormones, and mindset affect your physical growth, you no longer feel helpless. You start making choices that align with your goals. You start seeing results that come from intelligence, not impulse. And with every small progress, your confidence compounds. There's something deeply attractive about a man who owns his journey, who is honest about his imperfections, yet intentional about improving them. That kind of man doesn't need to boast or seek validation. His calm confidence speaks for itself. He knows that growth is not about perfection, it's about consistency. Every day he shows up for himself mentally and physically. He reinforces his sense of control. He knows that he may not be where he wants to be yet, but he's already far from where he started. True confidence doesn't come from having everything. It comes from knowing you can handle anything. It comes from realizing that your worth is not conditional, that your masculinity is not measured by a ruler, but by the strength of your presence. And when you operate from that space, when your confidence is rooted in self-awareness instead of comparison, you become unstoppable. You become the kind of man who grows naturally, who attracts effortlessly, and who leads with quiet power. When it comes to increasing penile length naturally, the first thing you must understand is that your body is an intelligent system. It responds to consistency, pressure, circulation, and hormonal balance. Many men rush into pills, pumps or surgeries hoping for quick results, but the truth is that the body doesn't respond to shortcuts. It responds to stimulation and patience. The process of natural growth is not about tricking your body, it's about working with it. You're not forcing change. You're awakening potential that already exists within you. Let's start by understanding what actually influences growth. The penis is composed of soft tissues and chambers that fill with blood during arousal. These are the corpora cavernosa. When you increase blood flow consistently and safely over time, those tissues can gradually expand, improving not only size, but also strength and control. This is the science behind natural enhancement. It's not magic, it's biology. The goal is to enhance circulation, elasticity, and cellular repair in those tissues. When you do that correctly, your body begins to respond positively. There are methods that have been proven effective over time. Stretching exercises, massage-based techniques like jelqing and pelvic floor training, commonly known as Kegels. These are not myths. They are practices based on muscle control and blood flow optimization. But they only work when done with discipline, patience, and the right form. Many men quit too early or apply too much pressure, causing strain instead of growth. The body needs consistent, controlled motion, not force. When you rush, you damage. When you are patient, you progress. Stretching routines help increase the length of the ligaments that anchor the penis to the pelvic bone. Gentle, daily stretches improve tissue flexibility and allow for more visible extension. Jelqing, on the other hand, focuses on improving circulation and the expansion capacity of the erectile chambers. When performed correctly, it trains the tissues to hold more blood, improving both length and girth over time. Kegel exercises strengthen the pelvic floor muscles, enhancing erection control and intensity. Combined together, these natural methods create a holistic system, one that strengthens, stretches, and conditions your body for lasting results. However, physical routines alone are not enough. You must support your body from within. Nutrition plays a major role in natural growth. Your body needs nutrients that promote circulation, hormone regulation, and tissue repair. Foods rich in zinc, magnesium, vitamin D, and omega-3 fatty acids are essential. They boost testosterone levels, enhance blood flow, and improve your overall vitality. Hydration is another crucial factor. When your body is dehydrated, blood flow weakens, tissue elasticity decreases, and your energy drops. Staying hydrated keeps your cells nourished and your body functioning at its peak. Sleep and recovery are also often overlooked. Growth happens during rest, not during effort. When you sleep, your body produces growth hormones and repairs tissues. If you're overworked, stressed, or sleeping too little, your testosterone levels drop and your circulation weakens. Prioritizing recovery allows your natural growth mechanisms to perform at their best. Your mind also plays a huge role. Stress and anxiety can directly impact your body's ability to function properly. When your body is tense, blood flow decreases. When your mind is relaxed and confident, your body performs better. The biggest mistake most men make is believing that change happens instantly. They expect to see transformation overnight, and when it doesn't happen, they give up or turn to risky methods. But your body doesn't operate on impatience. It operates on consistency. Just like building muscle, enhancing your size naturally takes time. Think of it as training any other part of your body. Steady repetition, proper form, and balanced recovery are key. You wouldn't expect to build a strong chest or arms in a week, so don't expect your intimate growth to be any different. There's also a lot of misinformation online that promises results with zero effort. Pills that claim instant length increase, gadgets that guarantee overnight change. Most of these are either scams or dangerous. They play on insecurity rather than education. The truth is, your body doesn't need synthetic solutions when you can awaken its natural capability through correct training and lifestyle. You are fully capable of transforming your body with the right knowledge and mindset. What you truly need is not a miracle product, but a method and discipline. One of the most powerful yet overlooked tools in this process is visualization. The mind and body are deeply connected. When you visualize growth, you reinforce focus, and your body responds to that mental conditioning. It's the same principle athletes use before a performance. They see the movement in their mind before executing it in reality. When you combine visualization with consistent physical practice, your results accelerate because your body begins to align with your mental image of growth. The natural path to enhancement is not just physical, it's emotional and psychological as well. As you commit to improving your body, you also develop patience, focus, and self-awareness. You start to understand that every small effort compounds into progress. You become more disciplined, not just in this aspect of your life, but in others too. You start eating better, sleeping better, thinking clearer. It's not just about size anymore, it's about self-mastery. And when you treat the process with respect and consistency, your body responds in ways that go far beyond what you initially imagined. Your body is a complete system, and when one part functions well, every other part begins to align with it. The key to natural growth doesn't begin with a single exercise or technique. It begins with the way blood flows through your body, the nutrients you consume, and the balance of your hormones. These three elements create the internal foundation for everything else. You can do every stretching routine or exercise in the world, but if your circulation is poor, your diet is lacking, and your hormones are unbalanced, your results will always be limited. The body can only give back what you give to it. And when you feed it right, move it right, and rest it right, it begins to perform beyond your expectations. Circulation is life. Every erection, every sensation, every function of your sexual health depends on blood flow. The penis is a vascular organ. Its ability to expand, harden, and grow relies entirely on how efficiently blood reaches it and how well it stays there. That's why improving your circulation is not just a supplement to your growth journey. It is the foundation of it. Regular cardiovascular activity, things as simple as walking, jogging, cycling, or swimming, can drastically improve your overall blood flow. When your heart pumps stronger, your arteries remain flexible and oxygen. Rich blood reaches your lower body with ease. You're giving your body exactly what it needs to support natural growth. Breathing deeply and consciously is another overlooked aspect of circulation. Most people breathe shallowly without realizing it. Deep breathing increases oxygen levels, improves blood flow, and relaxes the nervous system, all of which are vital for your sexual health and endurance. When you train your breathing, you're training control over your body. You're conditioning yourself to relax under pressure, maintain arousal longer, and keep your body in a state of calm dominance. This inner control directly translates into better performance and growth outcomes. Nutrition is the second pillar of natural enhancement. What you feed your body determines how well it functions, repairs, and grows. Think of your body as an engine. You can't expect it to perform like a sports car if you're fueling it with junk. Your blood is only as healthy as what you put into it. Foods that promote circulation, testosterone production, and cellular health are your best allies. Leafy greens like spinach and kale contain nitrates that help dilate blood vessels and improve blood flow. Zinc-rich foods such as pumpkin seeds, oysters, and eggs support testosterone levels and tissue repair. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fish and nuts enhance heart health and keep blood vessels flexible. Avoiding processed foods. Excessive alcohol and smoking is just as important as eating the right foods. These habits constrict blood vessels, reduce testosterone, and cause oxidative stress, all enemies of natural growth. When you replace them with water, fresh fruits, and clean proteins, your body begins to function like it's designed to. Hydration, too, is non-negotiable. Your blood is mostly water, and dehydration thickens it, slowing down circulation and making it harder for nutrients to reach your tissues. Drinking enough water daily ensures that your cells are oxygenated, your blood flows freely, and your energy remains stable. Now let's talk about hormonal balance. Testosterone is the key male hormone responsible for libido, energy, muscle growth, and yes, penile health. When your testosterone levels are optimal, your body naturally becomes more responsive to physical training and recovery. But when it drops, everything suffers: energy, motivation, circulation, and mood. The good news is you can boost your testosterone naturally through simple lifestyle choices. Regular resistance training, adequate sleep, stress management, and a diet rich in healthy fats can all help your body regulate hormone production. Even your mindset matters. Confidence, purpose, and reduced anxiety all keep your body in a state that supports high testosterone. Sleep is often underestimated, but it's one of the most powerful tools for hormonal balance. During deep sleep, your body releases growth hormones that repair tissues and regenerate cells. If you deprive yourself of rest, you disrupt your entire hormonal system. It's during those hours of stillness that your body restores what it lost during the day. Aim for consistent, quality sleep, not just in quantity but in rhythm. Going to bed and waking up at similar times helps your body maintain a strong internal clock, which in turn keeps your hormones in harmony. Stress is another major disruptor. Chronic stress increases cortisol, a hormone that directly lowers testosterone levels. When your mind is constantly anxious, your body stays in a defensive state, diverting blood flow away from non-essential functions, including sexual performance and growth. Learning how to manage stress through mindfulness, exercise, or simply taking time for silence brings your body back into balance. A relaxed mind allows blood to flow freely, hormones to stabilize, and your body to focus on growth instead of survival. Every part of you is connected. The food you eat affects your blood. The way you breathe affects your hormones. The way you rest affects your ability to perform. When you bring these elements into alignment, you create an environment inside your body that encourages natural enhancement. Growth is not just a physical process, it's biological harmony in motion. It's the result of everything working together in rhythm. The man who understands this doesn't just look for quick results. He builds his body from the inside out. He knows that true improvement begins with mastery over the internal systems that fuel him. And when you take control of those systems, your body doesn't just grow. It evolves. Growth in any form begins with discipline. It's the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Every man who seeks to transform his body, his mindset, or his confidence must understand one simple truth. Nothing changes without consistency. You can know every exercise, every diet plan, every technique. But if you lack the discipline to stay committed, your progress will always remain temporary. Discipline is the quiet force that separates wishful thinking from real transformation. It's what makes a man unstoppable because it trains both his body and his mind to work in alignment toward a single purpose. When it comes to naturally increasing your size or improving your performance, the process demands patience and structure. Your body doesn't respond to inconsistency. It responds to repetition, habit, and rhythm. Just like building muscle or mastering a skill, growth happens through small, repeated actions performed with intention. Each stretch, each exercise, each healthy meal you commit to sends a signal to your body. A message that says, I am serious about this. The body learns through patterns. When you create those patterns with discipline, your body adapts, strengthens, and grows. Discipline starts in the mind long before it shows in the body. You have to decide that your goals are not negotiable. Most men start strong, full of motivation and energy, but motivation fades quickly when results don't come fast enough. Discipline, on the other hand, doesn't depend on how you feel. It depends on what you've decided. When you train your mind to act beyond emotion, to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it, that's when you begin to step into real power. You stop being controlled by your moods and start being guided by your mission. Consistency builds confidence in a way that nothing else can. Every time you show up for yourself, even in small ways, you prove to your mind that you can be trusted, and trust builds strength. A man who keeps promises to himself walks differently. He speaks differently. He looks at himself in the mirror with quiet assurance because he knows his word holds weight. The reason many men struggle with self-esteem is because they constantly break the promises they make to themselves. When you say you'll do something and then avoid it, you train your subconscious to doubt you. But when you stay consistent, you train your mind to respect you. That respect becomes confidence, not the loud kind that needs attention, but the calm kind that commands it. Discipline also means embracing discomfort. Growth never happens in ease. Whether it's physical training or personal development, your body and mind will resist change at first. You'll feel lazy, distracted, or even discouraged, but that resistance is part of the process. The more you face it, the more you strengthen your mental endurance. Over time, what once felt difficult becomes automatic. You no longer have to force yourself to act. It becomes part of who you are. That's the real reward of discipline. It doesn't just change your body, it reshapes your identity. Routine plays a massive role in consistency. Building a daily structure around your goals keeps you grounded. Set specific times for your exercises, meals, and rest, and follow them with precision. This repetition conditions your body to expect effort at certain times. It turns growth into a natural part of your lifestyle rather than a temporary project. When you treat your goals as habits, not experiments, you remove the emotional weight of trying. You stop hoping and start doing. And doing over time always leads to transformation. Visualization and affirmation also strengthen consistency. When you wake up, take a few moments to imagine the man you are becoming, how he stands, how he speaks, how he feels about himself. See that version of you clearly, then carry that image through your day. The brain doesn't distinguish much between imagination and reality. It responds to what you focus on. When your vision is powerful, your actions naturally align with it. Pair that vision with daily affirmations that remind you of your progress. Speak to yourself with conviction, because the words you say shape the thoughts you believe, and the thoughts you believe shape the actions you take. Another essential part of this process is patience. In a world that glorifies instant results, patience becomes your competitive edge. You have to understand that slow progress is still progress. Your body is responding even when you don't see visible results yet. Every consistent day compounds into lasting change. You don't need to see it every moment. You just need to trust that your effort is being recorded in your body. The man who is patient long enough to let discipline work for him becomes unshakable. He doesn't chase results, he builds them. Your environment also influences your discipline. Surround yourself with reminders of your purpose. Keep distractions limited, avoid negativity, and create a space that supports growth. Whether it's through routines, music, or simple rituals that anchor you, build an environment that reinforces your consistency. The stronger your environment aligns with your goals, the less effort it takes to stay disciplined. Ultimately, discipline and consistency are not just about doing the work. They're about becoming the kind of man who can handle the work. When you show up day after day, regardless of circumstances, you build resilience. You become grounded, focused, and confident in your own ability to create results. Every repetition strengthens not just your body, but your self-belief. And that belief, once unshakable, becomes the driving force that carries you through every stage of growth and transformation